Okay, welcome to a new episode with me in which I talk about whatever I want to talk about and I do something in the meantime, which is going to be doodling right now. My bike broke again for the fourth time in 2 weeks, so I think it's time for it to go to a proper service because I'm going insane. But that's just to recap a bit about last week. And today I want to talk about AI, critical thinking, and how we outsource this capacity of ours. So I would just start by saying last week, right? I was researching some content formats and trends that I could talk about for future content, right? And I asked AI to help me with this. And during this whole conversation, right, with AI, I started thinking, this is becoming less and less me and more AI. In the sense of like the decisions and the path that it's taking is less me and more AI. And that's kind of completely against what I want to do, right? With the channel and content I'm creating. Like I want it to be more transparent, more about reality, and AI is a bit further away from reality. So, that being said, right, I was like, when did I stop thinking in this whole process? But that's that. And now I want to move on to the second topic because AI isn't inherently bad, right? It's just an easy tool that gives us convenience. And as human beings, I generally think that convenience is hard to refuse. Comfort is hard to refuse. This slogan that says work harder, not smarter, is basically what AI is. Like you believe you work smarter. It's a misconception in a sense because you believe you work smarter because you save time and because some of the information that you get is actually factual or easier to find, right? And therefore you don't have to work as hard. But at the same time, working hard pays off in the long term because you learn things that with AI you barely scratch the surface. You forget. So I'm going to keep talking about this for a bit and I'm going to take a break because I need to touch something here at the laptop. Okay, but now, enough beef with AI for a second. And let me tell you what I use it for and what it can be good for, right? So, I started using it during high school. Well, towards the end of it, mostly just to see how it works. I've been trying out stuff like short essay writing. Sorry, it's super loud here. Like I live in the middle of Barcelona. This is crazy touristy. I want to end my suffering. Let's put it this way. So I'm gonna close the window. So yeah, and then university. Obviously, it was the boom of AI, and I obviously used it during that time as well to find the information that would be otherwise hard to find, or I would write things and then I would rephrase it with AI and then I would rephrase it again. I know it's a bit tricky, it's not very academical, but I'm sorry. I think the majority of people have done it and are doing it. So it definitely helped me in that sense. It helps me sometimes organize things. So that's something I do recommend. Of course, it's good if you can organize yourself because, again, if you learn to organize yourself, you won't need AI for this, but it can still help. So use it for that. And yeah, I still use it sometimes for researching factual information in a short span of time because it does kind of save time. So it's not inherently bad. It's just how we use it can be detrimental for us in the long term. And here is my bottom line. AI is not bad. It's just our human nature who will take what's easy instead of what's hard. And then we kind of forget how it is to work hard for things and be grateful for the effort and the results we've reached with our own energy and judgment compared to the quick results that we can reach through the use of AI. Like, I'm sorry, whenever I would write an essay that's completely written by me, I know the work that's behind it. I know the time I've spent reading things, researching things, and then reaching a conclusion that's based solely on my way of thinking compared to the essays that I would make with the help of AI, because it just wouldn't feel the same. Like, I kind of know, or I can kind of feel like I'm cheating. Like, I'm cheating on myself. But that's fine if you don't feel that way. That's fine if you don't feel that way. And I'm happy if for you it works and this is not something you think about every day. But basically, my bottom line is that there is a difference between using a tool and giving your judgment away. Now, moving on from this topic of, okay, what is actually AI good for? It's a bit hard to do the think at the same time, so the results might not be the best. Okay. And now, moving on to my third topic, right? So it's fine to use tools. We need tools. Every tool makes our life easier in a way. But outsourcing our judgment is where I draw the line. Because it's like an erosion of critical thinking capacity, which, to be fair, has brought us evolution. And if at some point we integrate too much outsourced judgment into our society, we will not be able to make decisions for ourselves. And that's a great issue, I would say. And I would say a great comparison to what could happen, right? How other technological advancements have brought us convenience and comfort, but have also restricted us a bit. And my example is GPS. So AI is like GPS was back in the days, right? GPS came out, now we all use it. We all have GPS. It's part of our lives, it's part of our society. And why am I comparing this to AI? Because with GPS, we gained infinite directions, infinite information about any place, most places on Earth. But what we lost is a sense of orientation. What we lost is a sense of direction without the technology showing us exactly where we are. So now apply this principle and metaphor to AI, and I don't think it's gonna be a good ending for us, But I'm hopeful. I'm positive. Okay, but I'm just saying, to make you think a bit about it. So yeah, I'm not saying right that AI is bad. It's just I'm telling you this to think a bit about it, because in the end, it's not that we don't know currently. No, scrap that. So it's not that AI is inherently bad. Again, it's not evil. It's nothing. But AI can be wrong. Let's say, right? And the problem is not that it can be wrong. The problem is that the more we use it, the less we will notice when it is wrong. And again, that's a big risk, a risk that I would not like to take too often, and I hope neither do you. But that's kind of where we are heading. That's kind of where this is all going towards. And I feel like it's a bit sad. And why am I saying that it's a bit sad and not very sad? Because I still think there's hope. I still think if we can learn to consciously use AI just like any other tool, that we can do like risk management, right? We can minimize this possibility of getting too involved with deciding based on the judgment provided by AI. And I like to draw eyes. And now I want to also include a bit of a political note to this. So my political problem with AI is, first of all, how much it is being used for political propaganda. And what do I mean by that? I mean by that, for example, right, I have grandma, I have parents, and I feel like just because of this switch of what AI is capable of, it's so difficult for all the generations or people from a background that has less contact with technology and less information about what technology is capable of. It's so easy to trick people. And that is very, very much dangerous because we're talking about politics. We are talking about the area, the branch of this, well, yeah, of the state that deals with how our states, how our international relationships are being run in that sense, right? So putting AI into this field of politics, I believe it should be banned. I believe that political parties, candidates, institutions should not be allowed to use any sort of AI, especially in advertisement, because it's so easy to trick. And then you have all these other accounts, right? The fake accounts, the bot accounts that post AI propaganda for various parties that they're just paid to do it, right? And it's again so simple to trick people because it's so hard to differentiate between what's AI and what's not. And so this is again very, very dangerous. I mean, imagine all the grandpas and grandmas, right, that maybe have some sort of social media and they see all these videos. And let's be honest, I don't think they can tell the difference. I can't tell the difference sometimes. So it's really scary to think about that people could vote based on something that is a scam made with AI, and that then the decisions in politics be based on the parties that use those AIs, those scams, to make people vote for them. And this is politics. So let me get into the military part as well, because this is also very, I don't know, very unethical to me. I think AI used in military, again, should not really exist because AI can still make mistakes. Liability is very hard to draw the line with AI. And then the way things are going, should we get to a point where there is no human checkup on AI decision in military operations? So giving AI full freedom to decide where the drone goes, where this happens, where those artillery fire should go, which entails the possibility of killing other people without the human factor behind it is plain out crazy to me. It's like already a dystopia. If we get there, I hope we don't, but the way things are going and the way the military uses more and more AI, it's dangerous. Like imagine removing the human factor from ending another human life. And it's already the worst that we have worse and that we end other people's lives. So let me start there maybe, right? But since I'm talking about AI, it's just even crazy to think about it. This might be a possibility. So yeah, I that's all I kind of want to say about how we use AI in various circles and fields other than individually. And I hope it makes you think a bit about, well, what AI is and how it affects us, you, people that you know. Not to mention another amazing topic about AI, how unsustainable it is. So it literally consumes so much water through the data centers and through the cooling systems used for the data center that it's crazy how unsustainable. Not to mention, of course, so water, electricity, insane amounts of resources used just for AI to be publicly available. So I also don't like that. But now, enough critique and a bit more what can you do, right? So instead of completely eliminating AI from your life right now, because that might be hard, and I think it's a bit idealistic to say that to people, because I'm gonna still use it. I know I'm gonna still use it for things like taxes, information, whatever. But I want to give an advice on how to try to use it, right? And why am I saying this? Because all of this that I've been talking about has really no point unless I can also suggest something, right? So, how would I use AI in a way that benefits me while still allowing me to think for myself? And I would say before asking AI about anything, first write down what you think about that certain subject, and then give it to AI as well. So in a sense, let AI be the second opinion, not the first one. I'd say use it to check on your thinking instead of checking on AI's thinking first. Form your opinion and then see if AI can add to it, see if you're wrong maybe, and then always check again what AI is saying. So in that way, I think it can be a good use of this tool. You can literally first think for yourself, maybe even write it down. And then if you really feel like, okay, you still struggle with it, if you really feel like you still struggle with it, then go to AI, get like a second opinion. And this way you can kind of try to keep a balance. So loud here, praise the Lord. Anyway, and to kind of finish off, this is just my take. So I might be wrong. Hell if I know. Maybe nothing that I said resonates with you. And if you think that I'm wrong with something, tell me because I'd like to know. I'd like to know more about it. Like what you think about it. What was the last time you used AI for and didn't think for yourself? And yeah, if you have any advices for me, I would be so happy to hear about it. Yeah, that's my video. I know. Let me show you what I've been doing. Nothing crazy, just more. Well, it's actually nothing crazy. It's like something. I don't know. Will you focus on this? Yeah, and I will finish it, just not right now, because I'm not. I need to be better at talking and doing at the same time. 100%. So yeah, see you next time.